Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to Let's Play Siralim Ultimate. Last episode was a decent one. We found one card and we tried a little bit to farm for the next card. It didn't quite happen, so we were left stranded quite frustratingly on 699. We're gonna try our best in this episode to get that one card we need to hit 700, but of course that all depends on the on how generous the game is feeling. We've also made it to 158 keys. We're slowly stockpiling keys for the Gate of the Gods as well. I'm also going to keep an eye on our emblems, because eventually we're gonna have to cash in pretty much every single emblem we have just to buy even more keys. But for now, we can just chill. We can take it easy. Let's make sure we're running all our projects. I do believe we already rolled a bonus, so let's jump into a random realm. Let's do it. The final realm last episode was a bit of a fun one. Enemies were fused with mimics, and the realm also had extra traits, which meant there were enemies in there which had like 8 or 9 extra traits apiece. Because extra traits obviously give you like 4 extra traits, but then the killer cooler himself or itself starts with 5 extra traits, extra random traits of its own. And to compound matters, they also would occasionally have regular mimics in their party, which meant that with all these extra traits, they would occasionally have people starting at the top of the timeline. So that was an interesting realm. It wasn't like horrible. It was just interesting. It had a sort of like very chaotic energy to it. Why are these guys resistant to debuffs? That's odd. Is that a... Hopefully that was just a quirk of that one creature group that we fought, because I don't want enemies to be resistant to the silence. Ooh, this is good though, because this completes this task, which means as soon as we complete this training mission, we will get a bunch of lines completed all at once. Alright. Who are you? One of you is going to be the renegade, one of you is going to be the master. I'm gonna say that you're probably the renegade and you're the master. The carbuncle master. Right. Let's do something like this. Let's just try and punch them to death. There we go. You know, let's go fight the renegade. No reason to drag it out. And let us, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, that was our 8th win against the carbuncles. I will destroy you, take your creatures. Okay, let's kill you. We got a chest for our troubles. And let's keep on going. Another thing we did last episode is we used a whole bunch of stat boosting scrolls, and now... Wait a second, I think our ebony ant can still take a few more health scrolls. So we're gonna have to use a few more health scrolls when we get back. But yeah, we used stat boosting scrolls on the rest of our creatures previously. I think only my animatus really had been given any, and I was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna use health for the others, but I don't know. And I was waffling in whichever episode I used those stat boosting scrolls for the first time. And at this point, we're so deep into this game, we know what our build is. Oh, yes! Oh, it happened. And it happened so quickly. Oh my god. Oh my god, hang on. That was an Osane card. That's only our second Osane card, but that gives us card number 700. Man, it feels damn good. Feels damn good. But just because we found the card doesn't mean I'm not gonna try to get even more. Just means, it just means the pressure is off. Yeah, so the main objective of this episode has been completed just a few minutes into it. And now for the rest, anything else that happens in the rest of this episode is a bonus. Okay, so, right, let me get back to what I was talking about when we were so pleasantly interrupted by that card dropping. I was talking about using the stat boosting scrolls, and initially when I used them I was like, oh, like my animatus definitely needs health, but I don't know about my other creatures. Maybe I want to give them speed, maybe I want to give them defense, probably not attack or intelligence, but I was like, yeah. Eventually it's like, this is a health based build. Health not just for my animatus, but through my animatus the health trickles down to my other creatures as well. So you just gotta lean in and just accept that this is a health-based party and give them all health scrolls. And all those training missions we did, accumulating all of those health scrolls came in handy. We had more than we needed, but now, because we did all those training missions, we have lots of scrolls that we can spend on other parties as well. But of course, when we get back home, I'm gonna have to spend those 3 extra scrolls on the ebony ant. Feels damn good to hit 700 cards. So there are 1052 in total. 352 cards remain to be found. Might as well hit this one creature. Make sure we've donated. Yep. And let's go. Why are these guys resistant to debuffs? I don't get it. Anyway, it must be a racial trait for those guys. Alright, no enemies left. I think we should move on to the next round. But before we move on to the next round, let's do what I said I was going to do. And let's use the health scrolls. And now it should tell us you've already used 15 scrolls. It does play the same sound effect, which is why I was thrown off a little bit in the last episode. It won't, like, even though it plays the sound effect, it won't actually use the scroll. I was worried last episode. Ooh, 423 is pretty good. I was worried last episode that I was wasting scrolls, but that's not a thing. Oh, no boss fight means random realm. All right. So the pressure is lifted off early. We don't have, like, we could do grinding if we wanted to, but we don't have to. Chance to resist damage is, of course, always annoying, but there's not much we can do about it. And that's another favor rank with the Azural, which is good. Oh, that sucks. Protected elites are, especially with, like, this damage avoidance is so annoying. At least they died relatively easily. You are the Yeti Master. You'll freeze your creatures in their tracks. Yeah, you'll try. Oh no, you weren't kidding. You froze me in my tracks. Touché. What we need to do is we need to do blank slate, because no doubt they'll have some annoying thing. Like their mastery trait will probably be something like double chance. All enemies are afflicted with frozen if all, but only at the start of battle. Okay, so only at the start of battle, so we don't have to worry about it continuing. We can just do this and have a good time. Alright, that's nice. Open all of these here chests. And let's just go through the rest of this realm. I don't like realms where enemies are resisting damage. Like, this realm property needs to be rebalanced. If you're gonna have it, like, the maximum should be 10%. Even 10% is high. But like 30, like it can go all the way up to like 35% chance of avoiding damage. That's just not, like, that's not fun. And it would be fine if it was something that applied to like some specific boss fight. Ooh, sweeping dragon tail. What kind of trait is that? But yeah, it's not like you can't give every single random trash mob a 35% chance of avoiding every single source of damage that comes. Stat reduction, don't really have any place for that in my build, but it's good to have. Ooh, looks like Zantai is still sore that he wasn't able to use Vlora's trait to kill us last time. So he's come for a rematch. Now we're not gonna be arrogant. We're gonna complete the rest of the realm before we go into that fight. As tempting as it is, we are gonna complete the realm. Alright, so far so good. Please stop, thank you. Alright, let's go up here, grab this, open another chest, grab some of those, go here. Have we found? Yes, we have, the candle. Let's get some Cerberuses on the field, and let's actually complete this realm. Well, there we go. Oh, card number 701, and unfortunately, the rest of these Cerberuses, the only thing they could give us now is a skin, which I'll gladly accept if they chose to do that, but skins are, of course, very rare drops, and it didn't take us long at all to go from 700 to 701. Obviously, you could only ever know this in hindsight, but if I'd known that we were going to get the card this early, I would have only summoned 5 Cerberuses, or 5 Ashmouth Cerberuses, and the rest of them would have been the next, you know, type of Cerberus. Let's take out some of these Yetis. Need to kill one more group, and I think I even saw where it was. We just didn't interact with it, I think, because I was distracted by looking at that Zantai encounter. Anyway, let's go like this. Now we're done with the realm. And we can hand in a pilgrimage. But let's take a look, make sure I am not leaving anything behind. Yoink. Oh yeah, there's a buried treasure as well. Should definitely collect that. I'll dodge these Cerberuses if I can. Oh, oh, what a joyous day. I said the only thing they could give us was a skin. I said we'll dodge this if we can, and I was about to say, oh, but this guy's gonna catch up to us. And the one guy that caught up to us even had a skin to give us. And this episode is already turning out to be a winner. Junkyard Dog is a great is a great Cerberus, a great concept for Cerberus. Guardian of Hell, we already found that one. But I think Junkyard Dog is even cooler. Wasn't that a boss from a Nuclear Throne? And I think this might be a reference to that. Hang on, let me just look it up. I'll pop a picture of it on the screen if I'm correct. Nuclear Throne. Bosses? Am I thinking of the... Oh, it's called Big Dog. Big Dog, but it is a three-headed dog. And I think... I'll pop... you can come to your own conclusions, but... Maybe it's a reference to something else, but this reminded me of that Nuclear Throne boss. I'll put up a picture of it. I mean, you'll have already seen the picture, and you can come to your own conclusions about whether it does indeed remind you of that same boss. And anyway, I think we're done with this realm, except for Xantai. So let's hope that we have a way to deal with you. Alright, so what? You do not have Shadow Step this time, okay. So let me start off with the... Nope. Entangling Roots. Greater Dispel. And let's just start doing this. God, that's annoying, man. That is annoying. You know what? Let's switch gears in the middle and just do a bit of feigning death. And I think you guys are fucked. Oh! You're immune to spell damage? Or what? I don't understand. Frankly, I don't care to, but what I do know is that is another win against Xantai. I think he's beaten us twice, and we've come out on top in the rest of the battles. Right, let's get... Ooh, nearly missed that. Let's go home. Hand in a project. Start a new pilgrimage. And carry on. We should have another false god fight coming up pretty soon, I do believe. So, yep. Start one with you. Speaking of false gods, there we go. We'll take this fight with 433% item bonus into the Arachnid Nest. Alright. Alright. Let's make our donation. Oof. Whoa. This is a bit of a sprawling realm. Let's go here first. That's useless. Alright. Nothing there. Let's fight. Ooh, yeah, alright. I'm gonna entangle your roots, and I'm gonna kill you with the indirect damage. Because I know your tricks. Some of you are, like, you have a 50% chance of avoiding damage, right? Yeah, when you take damage from an attack or spell, it has a 50% chance to negate the damage, which is pretty annoying. Yeah, let's do this. That's a lot of health. Which means this is a lot of damage that's about to come through with Feign Death. Way more than we needed, no doubt. But overkill is always fun. Ooh, and we get another nether stone out of you. Which is nice, and as tempting as the candle is, you've got to remember not to interact with it while the false god hasn't been spawned. I will even not interact with the well, I mean, I might as well. At least you spawned close. Loses less stats, sure. That's an awful roll. All right. That may or may not be the elite that we spawned. These are some garbage rolls we're getting for the loot. Not impressed. Top of the timeline, that's a good one, I'll take that. And kill you. Ooh. That's an awful, awful roll. And those are all of our runes. I don't think we got a good bonus. We might still get something nice out of the loot due to the fact that we're doing it in the Arachnid Nest. And like we just have such a high level of favor with the Regalis, which is, I assume, translating into a decent loot bonus. We're also very deep in the realms, which I suspect also increases your chance of finding loot. So you never know. We could indeed still get something nice. Gain a few levels there. Hopefully we're close to... Please stop. Hopefully we're close to getting this boss on the field. Just one more enemy. Hello. Take that. There's the enemy. Was that a greedy enemy? Yes, so you're gonna give us extra stuff. I wish we could find these guys more often. And the portal did indeed spawn. So we can freely summon dudes at the candle, which I'm gonna go ahead and do. Yeah, let's get some of these bound Cerberuses on the field. And, oh, we gotta collect the final debuff for the boss. Right. We found 2 cards this episode, so that's already been 2 cards and a skin, like a card and the skin and a skin in the same realm as well. Not in the same drop, which has happened amazingly 3 times in this series. So nothing that amazing, but a card and a skin in the same realm is still pretty awesome. It's still pretty awesome. Alright. We've got to make our way towards... Hang on. We would have also spawned a nemesis creature somewhere in the realm, which I would very much like to find. But we might as well deal with the false god first. So where did we spawn the boss? Okay, there, he's down here. Alright. He is down here. Grab that. Let's just go in. Let's just go in and do the fight. The Ancestor. Doesn't he do like an instant kill thing? Yeah, it kills enemies who aren't defending. Oof, that was a very risky move, giving this guy like starting this guy at the top of the timeline. And as long as he's not immune to indirect damage, he should just be in for a very bad time. A very bad time indeed. Because we're just gonna do this. Is he gonna try and resurrect? No, he's not. He's just dead. Alright, what are we gonna get? What are we gonna get? Let's take a look at our anointment first. Sorcery creatures are silenced. I don't know about that. Enemies always have bleeding. Could be good in case we go with some bleed-based build. Buffs and minions persist through death. Buffs and minions. That's interesting. Each dead creature. I'll go with the Bloody Massacre. And our Heaping Treasure even gives us another card. And a Netherstone as a bonus. It was a Raven card that we got. That's card 702. Let's take a look at the Raven card set. Might as well. 6 out of 8. Alright, pretty close. And the final one will give us more intelligence. Sure. We're ready to turn in this training mission. Now I'm gonna go around the realm because I'm pretty sure we spawned another nemesis creature somewhere, and there, indeed, right there is the nemesis creature. There's also one more spot where there could be a chest. Yeah, this is just a... This episode is so good that even if we run into another realm with enemies fused with vortexes, the only thing that could make me upset, given the otherwise wonderful nature of this episode, the only thing that would make me upset is if we ran into a realm which was infested by vortexes and the enemies were fused with tremors. If that happened, I would just like rage quit the game. Yeah, I would just not even play anymore. I would just leave. I'd get into one battle, and I'd forfeit. That's what I'd do. That's what I'd do. Okay, yeah, let's hit a couple more of these guys. See if we can push our luck even more. How are we for time? We are 36 minutes. Not even that far into the episode. Isn't there... Okay, fine. We'll hit these guys. We'll hit these guys. So our high loot bonus did come through for us. Even though we didn't get great extra modifiers. Oh, there's an egg that we missed, or some small eggs. There's only one enemy left, as I suspected. Is that a Cerberus? It's probably a Cerberus, but at a certain angle it looked like a treasure golem. Yeah, no, it's just a regular enemy. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't leaving behind any treasure golems. Anyway, we found 3 cards already, and we're only less than 40 minutes into the episode. Happy day. Hopefully we've got another boss fight coming up as well, because I just love spending time in the arachnid nest. Alright. Oh, we got a hand in yeah, we've got a hand in our Rune of Prophecies as well, because we're not gonna keep going until we find 3 more nether realms. That's not gonna happen. So we're gonna hand in this Rune of Prophecies, and we're gonna see, do we get what do we have? We've got to kill Jotun, which we can set a bounty for right now. Wasn't particularly wanting to fight him, but I guess he does give Brewmaster anointments, so it's not the worst. And what else? Let's get the gambling done. So Kino, 1 experiment mission, which we can do. 1 training mission, which we can do. 4 nether realms again, which isn't gonna happen unless we're extraordinarily lucky. And the rest is basic. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do the Kino. We should be getting pretty close to the achievement for getting 500,000 notoriety. Alright, we got 900. I'll take it. Which gets bumped up to 1042, alright. I'll take it. And, yeah, I guess we're just gonna start a experiment, right? Yeah, experiment. And, we'll go into a new realm then, right? Start an experiment. And 447 is a wonderful bonus to take into another random realm. Ooh, this episode could be a lovely one indeed. Hopefully this loot bonus pays out for us. What I want to do is I want to actually get some favor and go to the next favor rank before I interact with those greedy... Oh! I didn't want to complete those... I didn't want to open that chest. Like, slightly misclicked. Alright, let's get some treasure out of you. We're so close. All we need is like literally any other source of this should do it. This is especially if we're gonna get double favor out of it. Is definitely gonna do it. Mysterious orbs will now give us emblems. And I guess we're gonna reach favor rank with Erebus as well. Why not? It's always fun whenever that event that gives you 30 extra favor actually tips you over the edge to give you another favor rank with any of the gods. Especially the deeper you get. And you know, the crazy amounts of favor you end up needing just to gain one level. Alright, now let's go down here. I will summon people at the candle. We do also have to answer your questions correctly. Tauren rules over Cutthroat Jungle. Alright. So we are at 702 cards. Found 3 in this episode. Who the heck are you? You are the Apis Master. Apises are formidable in both offense and defense. And you're resistant to my debuffs. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a bit of this. I'll let them take one turn. And then my Rift Dancer can finish them off. There we go. Our 9th win against the Apises. An empty room, that's whatever, okay. Alright, let's take that, I guess. And you should be like a civilian giving us some loot. Sir Real Coda. That might be like wordplay. Surreal, like there's a word surreal. Surreal Coda is gonna give us some loot. Anyway, let's go here. All kinds of sources of loot in this realm, which is nice. And that orb is also going to give us an emblem now. which is also nice. An emblem which amounts to 1/20th of a key. Alright, let's go around. Grab that, right? Happily take it. Alright, we're on page 12 now. Getting some bound Cerberuses. Heck yeah. Alright, let's go down. Grab that. Oh, no. The 447 loot bonus did pay off, and we get the Boulder Imler card. Again, no partial bonus. The Imler set is, we have 4 out of 8. The next one will give us a lovely little more defense while provoking, which should help out the Dread White a fair amount. Defense is still nice to have. So that is our 4th card this episode. Damn. 4th card and a skin. The only thing that would really send this episode over the top is if we also found a rare master. Dumpling Master would be nice. What's the other one? The Construct Master. The one who we've only fought twice. That's the guy I really want to see. That's the guy I really want to see. Alright. I think there's just a few small parts of the map left to explore. And also that orb. So let's go collect our free emblem. The downside to having an animatus in our party in this encounter specifically, and other encounters like this where you're supposed to fight a mirror image of your own party, is that their animatus will also have a free resurrection and will also be resistant to debuffs. So even though most of them are going to not resurrect, the animatus is still gonna come back. But if it's only happening in this one, why'd you give us animated gem? That sucks, dude. I was gonna say, if it's only happening in this one, god, really, dude? That's so dumb. Why'd you give us animated gem? That's awful. Ugh, hideous. I don't even want to fight the rest of these guys. I mean, we've already finished the rest of the realm, so it's not like we have some boss fight that we're saving charges for. But it's still gonna waste our time casting spells that we don't really need. Alright, so 5 enemies left. I don't know if I'll kill all of them. Well, 3 of them are right here, so I guess we'll at least take care of these dudes. And we'll do another realm, I guess. How are we for time? We are 49 minutes. We could even make this a shorter episode, because I think we've done done so much. I'm not gonna bother hunting down these last guys, wherever they are. Yeah, let's just go to a new realm and fight Flubris. This is one of those bosses that can potentially be annoying just because he has, like, randomly shifting immunities. Anyway, let's get a nice bonus. $409 is good. Good enough to take into the Arachnid Nest. How many emblems do we have? 171. Alright, so we're accumulating Regalis emblems at a nice rate. We can cash them in whenever we want. So that's another 8 keys that we could get right now. 8 out of the more than 700 that we need to get the remaining ascensions done. But hey, listen, we'll get it done. We will get it done. Don't you worry. Hey, oh, sorry, I was distracted because somebody messaged me and I wasn't looking. I must have missed the animation that pops up telling me that we're about to get a special skin. A cockatrice cockatrice skin. Corrosive. Let's take a look at that. Banshee. There we go. This is the common cockatrice that we found earlier, which I still think is pretty cool. This is the corrosive cockatrice, which just looks... it's vivid, it's colorful, I like it. Again, this feels like I've got Nuclear Throne on my mind. This looks like a Nuclear Throne kind of enemy, with the like green irradiated pustules, and you know, the other bright colors as well. That game is it's a beautiful game. It's a fun game. It's a difficult game. It's a fun game. It's a difficult game, but it just looks so gorgeous. Like all the enemies, every single map layout. All right, we've got another another thing to document. That's good. We've got another one of these dudes. Sanctus, I'm sure, is a life type, but I'm gonna not tempt fate. Magnificus? Sanctus is surely a life class creature, and indeed it is. And how many more of these do we just need one more. Okay. We have had outrageously good luck this episode. Found 4 cards and 2 skins? Excuse me? Is that really what's happened? Indeed it is. It's been a lovely episode. Alright. 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 Let's get through the rest of this realm, which seems to be a pretty easy to deal with realm. And I think this is going to be the final one for this episode. Hang on, we need to We need to make sure there's nothing at the end, because look at that, we would have missed out on this chest. There we go. Alright, let's go up and around. There's the master. God, we have such high mastery with these dudes. With all of the dudes in this realm, in fact. I don't even think we need to buff. That's how little respect I have for these bats. I guess we kind of did need to buff because some of them seem to be weirdly resisting our damage. But one buff was all it took. Alright. Where are the, where's the candle? Where's the, there's the candle. And, ooh, we once again get the best possible outcome from that cocoon. Meaning it spawned a mimic and a treasure golem. So let's deal with the mimic first. Can we just punch you? There we go. The treasure golem. I think he's stuck. Yep. What are you gonna give us? You're gonna give us nothing. That's okay. We've already found way more good stuff in this episode than we had any right to. So, you know, it's been a good episode. And a double nether stone drop, just for fun. All right, let's document this. Twinkling bauble and a twinkling stone, both with the same graphic. That's fun. And let's get some creatures on the field. Yeah, we're still doing Cerberuses, Cerberi, whatever the plural is. I don't think you would pluralize it. I might have talked about this before. I don't think you would need a plural for it because it's or you wouldn't need to think too hard about pluralizing it because I'm pretty sure in Greek mythology Cerberus was the name of a specific dog and not the name of a type of dog. So it would be a proper noun. And you don't usually pluralize things that are just like names. Like, you know, like city names. Like you could. But you usually don't need to. Because you'd never have more than one of them actually around. Because if there's only one, right? Oh, it spawned another treasure golem that we're promptly gonna murder. We're promptly gonna massacre. Alright, let's get the boss dealt with. I'm pretty sure pretty sure Flubris is just always immune to indirect damage. Yep, always just immune to indirect damage. So this is the only thing we can do. Now some of these are gonna be immune to spell damage. Some of these are going to be immune to physical damage. Let me do Star Pact. So, so purple is vulnerable to being attacked. Green is vulnerable to spells. Please stop. Please stop. Okay, this is gonna be an annoying boss to fight. Let me just do one more Clayman. And let me wormhole you and do a targeted attack on this. And now we need to time walk this guy. Okay, that's wormhole. You're out of wormhole. Shit. We only had one wormhole. Shit. I should have time walked someone else. I messed up. But what I can do now is I can wormhole. Where's wormhole? Where's wormhole? And I can do. I don't know, Finger of Death. Any number of spells that we can use to kill. You know what? Just entangle them. Because I want to be in control of this fight. Excuse me? Whatever, where's Time Walk? There's Time Walk. There we go. And now I think you're vulnerable to attack damage. But you know what I'll do is I'll Time Walk this other person as well. There we go. Now you... Oh, I've forgotten which is which. So one of these should be vulnerable to spell damage, and rather than guessing, I'll just do an area of effect. It'll just kill... Okay. That means you are vulnerable to being hit. So I should just be able to do Rabid Dementia. There we go. And I actually kind of enjoyed that fight. It turned into a fun little puzzle by the end of it. Now that I was actually thinking about how to win rather than just blindly attacking and waiting just to get lucky. Alright. There's a... I think there's a treasure golem somewhere on the map. Which I would very much like to find. Ooh, there's also a chest hidden in this. And the chest is actually a mimic. The mimic is gonna give us nothing. That's okay. Alright, let's take these dudes out. How many emblems are we up to? 183. Alright, so we're getting emblems at a decent rate. The question is, what is the rate? So, given that every emblem we pick up is essentially 1/20th of a key. Given that we're getting about 3 keys every time we beat another boss. We're getting another 1 key every 5 realms. Ish for doing Keyforge missions. And we're doing at least 5 rounds every episode. So we're doing at least 1 full Keyforge mission and then a little bit more. So our per episode gain of keys from that alone is around like 4. Let's round it up to 5. The other question is, how many keys are we getting via the emblems? That one I'm less sure about because I haven't really done the math on that. You want nothing to do with me? That's fine. That's fine. 4 enemies left. We'll kill them. And how are we for time? 1 hour, 5 minutes. Okay. One hour, 5 minutes. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna summon a group of... one final group of Cerberuses that I will kill off screen. Let me kill these final 2 first. And just to cap off this episode, we've already had wonderful luck. Just to do a bit of extra farming. And just to sort of bask in the glow of this episode just a little bit longer. I'm gonna do... I guess we could start target farming other... You know what? I'll make some progress on... like, do we need to kill sorcery creatures? We do. So instead of Cerberuses, I'll be a little efficient. I'll summon some chimeras. And that'll get us some progress on a Rune of Prophecies objective as well. So I'll kill these and I'll kill these off screen. I'll let you know how it went in just a moment. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, 1 enemy left. No sign of the card so far. However, we did complete the prophecy objective for killing sorcery creatures, and you know what? Might as well just get both of these done as well. So we just gotta summon some life creatures and some nature creatures. Where's the candle? If I get a card drop, I'll stop. But if I don't, we can keep going. So we just need to find life creatures who we still need to farm, which is these Crusaders. Alright. And I'm gonna kill these dudes, and I'll let you know how this went in just a moment, right? See you in a bit. And the luck just doesn't stop. We are about to get yet another skin in this episode. Our 3rd skin, I think. This is the Knight skin for the Crusaders. We might as well kill these last 5 without going back off. And when we've killed the last 5, I'll then take a closer look at the Knight skin. Because this has just been a fantastic episode. We found 4 or 5 cards. Because we started, like, we know where we started. We started at 699, and we are at 703. So we found 4 cards, but 3 skins. The Cerberus skin, then we found that Cockatrice skin, and now we found a Crusader skin. Let's take a closer look at that. Knight. I'll be honest, I really like the Mecha Hero skin. Just because of how wacky it looks, but this one definitely looks cool as well. Anyway, I'll just get these nature creatures dealt with. Now, I do have to find a nature creature that we need to farm, and I think the closest one is going to be the Dryads. Yeah, looks like it. So let's get some Dryad Naturalists. And I will get these guys taken care of. And I'll let you know how that went in just a moment. Alright, one enemy left. No card. But that's okay. We found a skin. And we also got all of these objectives done for killing life creatures, nature creatures, and sorcery creatures. So now we... Oh, we've got to kill death creatures as well. You know what, since we didn't find a card, I guess we might as well... In for a penny, in for a pound. I'm gonna kill some death creatures as well, right? So we've got to go all the way to the Forsaken before we find the first death creatures that we still need to farm. I'm gonna summon some of these Forsaken Bone Scrapers. And I'll kill them, because we might as well, right? I'll let you know in a moment how this went, right? See you in a bit. Alright, only one enemy left. No card, but we got that prophecy objective done, and now, next episode, we don't have to worry about killing any specific kind of creature. We can just farm whoever we want, whenever we want. Alright, let's just take one final look around this map, although surely I've been going all over it for the past 10-15 minutes, so if there was anything to be found, I would have already found it. So let's head back home, and let's head back home, and let's start wrapping up. Man, this has been a very good episode. No annoying enemies, a couple of fun boss fights, some really good loot, and just nothing to complain about. We just roll something nice for ourselves. As a bit of a favor for our future selves. It always feels nice to start off an episode knowing that the bonus has already been rolled. Come on now. I said, come on now. I said, come on now. Okay, this is taking a while. The longer it takes, the more nervous I get. There we go. 354 is good enough. Let us also get rid of our nether stones. Quite a few low-level ones. And here's a new one that we need to... Did we find something? Or is it just like shuffling our stones? Like just for fun? Because we need to lock this one as well. But that's not all. There are other nether stones to get rid of. Those were just the ones that were low level enough. Low enough that we knew they didn't have any traits on them. There is also a shiny bijou. Rarity 240. There is also a twinkling stone, rarity 156. Oh, we already got rid of that because it was one of the low level ones. But the reason I mention it is it was part of the same drop as the twinkling bauble rarity 245, which is why I had a picture of both of them at the same time. There is also a Twinkling Sphere Rarity 189. Is that it? No, there is also a Sparkling Globe Rarity 187. Is that it? Yes, that is in fact it. How much does that put us at? 2.38 mil. It's quite a bit of piety that we're just sitting on. But we'll don't you worry. We'll spend it eventually. And we've rolled our bonus. We've got all our projects running. Our Rune of Prophecies is chugging along as well. Although we haven't found any buried treasure, but we've got time. We've got time. Probably not going to find 4 Nether Realms, and just being upfront with you, probably not going to happen. But a lot of this other stuff could potentially be done. Anyway, that's something to worry about in the future. For now, let's recap what we accomplished this episode. Any interesting achievements? Nothing particularly noteworthy achievement-wise. We just killed Flubrus for the 9th time, killed the Apis Master for the 9th time, Carbuncles for the 8th time, Yetis for the 7th time. So I guess we're lagging behind a little bit on the Masters and the Frostbite Caverns, but we'll get to them. When we're doing random realms, it's bound to be the case that we'll have hit some of them fewer than others. For now, let's just keep doing them randomly. But yeah, so we did that. We also found 3 skins. I think my favorite one out of the ones we found, feels good to say. It feels good to have an episode where you found so many skins that you can talk about. This is my favorite skin that I found this episode. I should savor this moment because it won't happen often. Skins are very rare drops. But my favorite skin out of the ones that dropped was definitely that Cerberus skin, Junkyard Dog. Definitely a good boy. And of course, the most noteworthy thing that happened this episode was we went past 700 cards. We found the first card pretty easily, pretty early on, and found 3 more cards for good measure. But yeah, I think that just about. Sorry, I'm just looking at a few of these card bonuses because ooh, 5% chance to avoid damage. Maybe we can also start trolling the enemy by just randomly avoiding damage. But, you know, that's something to think about in the future. Anyway, I think that just about sums up everything we did. How many keys are we sitting on? 161. So I'm very slowly building up our stockpile again. We do need a lot more keys, but we'll get there somehow. With grit and determination, we will get there. Anyway, with all of that said and done, I think it's time to say thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are enjoying the series, do consider subscribing as well, just so you can keep track of the progress we make on this long and arduous road to 100%. But regardless, I do hope I'll see you in the next episode as well, and until then, take care.